Welcome to the Astronomical Observatory of Monte Daria. From this rather remote spot in the Italian Apennines, 40 kilometers away from the city of Macerata, central Italy, we are going to illustrate some imaging techniques for the observation of transit of extrasolar planets. A short description of the phenomenon first. A transit of an extrasolar planet takes place whenever it can be observed from the Earth as it passes upon the disk of its parent star. This produces a small eclipse, which in turn lowers the brightness of the star by some hundreds of magnitude. Needless to say, detecting such a small change requires a very careful procedure. To this aim, we have developed and tested some techniques. Details can be found and downloaded at our website www.crabnebula.it. The whole process of imaging can be divided into a few key steps. The first important thing is getting started some days in advance by testing and aligning the optics, stabilizing thermally the telescope, pointing the star of the transit, making observation and taking images in order to learn as much as you can about the performance of your equipment.
Puntare ovviamente il telescopio verso la stella che su cui avremo il transito nelle sere successive e le informazioni possono essere reperite su vari.
Any information concerning the transit can be found on the internet. For instance, you can check the bulletins issued periodically by several amateur astronomer associations.
Un altro aspetto importante è quello di utilizzare un'autoguida.
According to our experience, using an auto-guiding system is of fundamental importance. When operating with two telescopes set on the same mount, small flexions or displacements always affect their alignment, causing in turn errors in star photometry.
È importante, fondamentale, ricordare questo aspetto, appunto, che dovendo rilevare.
Because the change in the star's luminosity due to the transit of the extrasolar planet is really small, the highest precision in measurements is absolutely necessary. Errors should be no greater than 2,000ths of magnitude, namely less than 10% of the expected luminosity. This may seem too high a task, yet it's within the possibilities of an amateur's telescope, even when it's smaller than 25 inch. Once the star is in the field of the telescope, a suitable integrating time must be chosen. This can be done only by a trial and error procedure. According to our personal experience, the integrating time should never last less than 60 seconds, even with greater telescopes. The reason for this is star twinkling, which constitutes the greatest source of errors in taking such data. Choosing a longer integrating time results in smaller errors. Estimating the error due to star twinkling is no easy task, because it depends on the air mass between us and the star, which changes with time due to Earth's rotation. We found this table very useful for our work. You can download it at our website, of course. The table gives the best integrating times as well as the estimated magnitude errors, depending on the star's height above the horizon. When imaging a star, one must make sure not to saturate the pixels. This point is of paramount importance regardless of the equipment you are using, CCD or digital camera. According to our personal experience with 16-bit CCDs, we have obtained the best results when the ADU level, analog to digital, for the brightest pixel is between 25,000 and 30,000. If the imaged star is too bright, a red filter can be used. An even better option is to set the image out of focus. We are not looking for nice pictures. Our goal is collecting as much light as possible.
Resta raccogliere la luce che viene dalla stella. Siccome dobbiamo, come abbiamo detto, riuscire
In order to get accurate photometric data, a crucial issue is obtaining good dark, bias, and flat fields.
molto precisi. Più se ne fanno,
Taking dozens of each type is not unusual, just the normal procedure.
noi per quanto riguarda la realizzazione
We obtained flat fields using a white plexiglass screen lit by two lamps. For further details, please check our website.
e ci dà uno schermo abbastanza bianco, abbastanza pulito, che riusciamo appunto con il quale riusciamo ad ottenere dei buoni fletti. Poi diciamo anche queste, come dicevo prima, queste tecniche sono tutte illustrate nel sito del Club Nebula, al quale vi rimando per diciamo, migliori ulteriori particolari. Per quanto riguarda poi la sera,
When the night of the transit comes, one must be fully prepared.
bisogna ripetere praticamente le fasi iniziali che abbiamo detto precedentemente.
First, open the dome, if you have one, several hours in advance, so that the optics is thermally stabilized. Then have your CCD ready, equipped with auto-guiding system.
Preparare l'autoguida ed è importante
In order to record the light of the unperturbed star, which is useful for further comparison, it's very important to start imaging at least 30 minutes before the transit actually begins, and stopping at least 30 minutes after it is over.
la stabilità della luce della stella, non compromessa dal transito del pianeta stesso. Per quanto riguarda l'acquisizione,
Thanks to the software, getting a sequence of images is an easy automated process.
vengono impostate le sequenze e quindi poi il telescopio procede automaticamente. Ecco, l'importante è
Just remember to turn the dome according to the movement of the sky, in case the dome is not computer controlled.
quindi che non sia
Ours is not.
proprio stesso. È importante tenere sotto controllo la posizione della cupola per evitare appunto che il telescopio riprenda le parti interne della cupola. Altrimenti per il resto è una procedura tutta completamente automatizzata che in normali programmi noi abbiamo usato
As for the software, we have used Maxim, but there is plenty of other good options.
che però molti transiti
Don't forget that transit
non di rado si arriva
can last up to several hours, so keep yourself alert.
a 5 ore, quindi
For instance,
stare abbastanza
a
allerta
typical problem with equatorial mounts,
che sopravvengono dei
inverting the telescope, shows up when the star passes the north-south meridian.
dovesse capitare, stare attenti a delineare diciamo tutta la procedura. Noi tra l'altro abbiamo sviluppato qui all'osservatorio
To render the process as automated as possible,
stata fatta da Fabiano
a software called TREL, T-R-E-L, has been developed at our observatory. Authors are Fabiano Barabucci, his brother Francesco, Gianclaudio Ciampechini, and myself.
Matrell, il quale, anche questo è reperibile al sito del Club Nebula, il quale riesce a
This software allows imaging, storing, and processing all data, building the light curve of the transit in real time.
in tempo reale, anzi no, in tempo reale la curva di luce del transito
Please check our website for further details.
extrasolare. Un'altra cosa importante da tenere sotto controllo
Remember to constantly check the signal-to-noise ratio.
il rapporto segnale-rumore che secondo
According to our knowledge, it must always be kept above the value of 1000. This in order to minimize all errors when analyzing the data.
analizzare i dati. E a questo punto, una volta fatte le riprese, inizia la fase di elaborazione delle immagini. Anche questa fase
Image processing is fully automated nowadays.
automatica, i programmi che possono
As we said, there is plenty of available software to use. There are three main steps in this procedure.
anche se
Step 1. Aligning the images. Also recommended for CCDs equipped with auto-guiding system, because the tiniest displacement can greatly affect the results.
le misure stesse. La calibrazione
Step 2. Calibrating the images.
anche
Step 3. Taking photometric data.
da sempre con questi programmi di utilizzo
For additional information, please feel free to check our website.